Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Get ready for Talking Heads, the show where expert insights meet world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. Brought to you by USA Global TV and Radio. Meet our distinguished presenters. From the great state of Texas, longevity expert, award-winning author, publisher, and distinguished Toastmaster, Red O'Loughlin. From London, England, Soul Heart Awakener, novelist, vocal coach, and artist, Dr. Madalene Chan. Also from England, the Harley Street stress expert, therapist, ambassador for peace, and speaker, Carolyn Heward. And from Australia, ICF PCC credentialed coach, entrepreneur, and leadership coach, Mariska Dupria. Experience their expertise, connect with their wisdom, and transform your perspective. Watch Talking Heads on the USA Global TV and Radio Network. This video and its contents are the property of USA Global TV and Radio. All rights reserved. Terms and conditions apply. Visit usaglobaltv.com for more details.
Hello and a warm, early good evening from the UK. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan and I'm going to be with you for the next 30 minutes, 35 minutes on USA Global TV and Radio for my episode on Talking Heads. Before I go on to today's topic, which is be who you choose to be and not what the world wants you to be, I have to first clear the energies on how we're going to do this, and especially now because over here in the UK it's winter season, so it's a winter season for all the colds and just because there's not much sun, so people are not getting their vitamin D, so it's almost like a very melancholy, almost drudging. Oh, I have to go back to work. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. So we need to clear the energy. How we do that? Here's the singing bowl. This one is from the Himalayas in Tibet. And we bring the mallet here and we go. We just tap it lightly. The frequency it emanates, it breaks down all the stagnant energy, the ions in the air, for it to free flow, for it to become flowing energy instead of stagnant energy. So the same thing is with ourselves, our bodies. Our body gets sick because there is stagnant energy. There's stagnant energy, and if we have what we call the energy wheels, our chakras. And if, for example, there's like a cog in a wheel, if there's a stick in the wheel, it prevents the wheel from going round. And that's exactly what happens with your chakras. If they're out of alignment and they're not in alignment with the other chakras, what happens is there's a jamming, and so there's a whole conglomerate of energy that remains stagnant, and because it's not allowed to flow through freely, it causes problems. So it might manifest as a cold, it could manifest as something on your skin, as appearance, blemishes. So what we need to do is move that energy through. Here we go. So we do this on the lower part of the chakra, which is your root. Then we can go on to your sacral. Then the solar plexus, you might have to gong again, the solar plexus. Going on to the heart, the throat, the third eye, and then the crown. So when you do this, it clears it. And the same as you go around the room and you clear the energy. So that's what you've got to do. You've got to clear the energy, because wherever we've been, we have collected that energy from somewhere else and brought it forward. Whereas you've got to leave that energy there and start again fresh. So everything is a frame. So every moment, every now moment you're in should be in the now, where it's the now moment, free, cleansed, clean energy. And then if you're having some headaches at the top here, then you get this one. It's a higher emission of frequency. And you put it just around your third eye to your crown chakra and up. It clears headaches. It really does. In fact, I've saved a lot of money by not buying paracetamols or painkillers, because remember, painkillers are just there to mask the pain. It doesn't get rid of the pain. It just masks it. And then you have to take another tablet again. So here, just grounds you, centers you, and gets rid of that blocked energy, because that's what a headache is. It's blocked energy, overthinking. So which brings me today to the subject. Be who you choose to be, and not what the world chooses you to be. So the reason why we receive more headaches after more headaches is because we are ignoring our inner intuition. We are on a human collective consciousness. We are overthinking things. So let's say on the outside, so we have living in the inside. The inside is our inner intuition, is our inner heart, is our inner light, our inner love. On the outside, we learn from the outside. So it's the outer love, the outer light. So the outside reality is there to give us the lessons. The solutions, however, is from the inner light, the inner love, the inner intuition. Intuition. Think about it. Tuition, teach. So, tutor, tuition. Intuition. Teaching, the teacher, the inner teacher. So tuition, teach, in. Tuition, teach, in. So sometimes you have to break it down to simple ways. So our inner intuition is our inner guidance. So what the world wants us to be, we go back to when we're young, our background, our families, our role models, how they were taught, how they were brought up. They will bring the same pattern to bring up their children. And it goes on and on and on until someone says, wait a minute. I'm seeing that this pattern is occurring a lot throughout the generations. Maybe there's something here. Maybe we should look at this. Maybe there's a way of stopping this. Maybe there's a way of looking at it and bringing some kind of solution. So it's almost like when something continues more of the same throughout the different generations, it's for us to take note and say, this can be changed. So somewhere down the family line, there will be that one person, that inquisitor, the one that wants to experience all the new and say, I won't put up with this. No, there's got to be a better way. So there's always someone out there that says, hang on, there's a better way. There has to be. So when someone says there has to be a better way, people then stop and go, you know what? I didn't really think about this. I mean, sometimes I've been thinking, but then I get distracted with family or with going out or with a certain book or a film or binge watching, binge drinking. I get distracted. But you know what? At one point in my life, I did think about it, thinking, something's not right. But then I only just thought about it for like just a few seconds. And then all of a sudden the phone would ring or someone would distract me. And then I wouldn't think about it anymore. So now you've brought that up, it's kind of triggered me. So that's what happens is be who you choose to be. Always stay in your true truth, your self-truth, your true authenticity, and not what the world wants you to be. So your family could have said, I want you to be this because it's been in the family and this is how it is. They're resisting change. They're in denial. So it takes someone, no matter how much you talk to someone and say, I'm not comfortable with this, or it might be good for you, it might have been good for you, but it's not for me. And they go, yeah. Okay, we're taking that on board. But you know what? It's worked for your brother, it's worked for your sister, it's worked for your cousin. Why can't it work for you? Of course, it's going to work for you. Give it some time. The only way people are going to change their minds is seeing the change in action. You can talk until you're blue in the face, but the action, so action your words. So to be who you choose to be and not what the world wants you to be. Unfortunately, in this world of experience, they have to have things that you see and not the unseen. Therefore, you manifest from what is seen rather than manifest from what is not seen. So what the world wants you to be is what has already been. Successors before you, forefathers, greatness. Yes, that worked. It worked in that timeline. But now we're in a new timeline. And where we need to now look at our life through the telescope of our heart. So our life is measured by our heart and our intelligence, our wisdom. So the heart is now moving, combining into the mind. The mind is now combining into the heart, which gives that perfect, balance. So therefore, we have to live in balance. So be who you choose to be. When you're outside, and let's say, it's happened to me actually, I go out and then I have something on my mind and I'm not dealing with it, and I go out for a walk. It's always good to take yourself out for a walk, or just take yourself out of that situation or out of that thinking pattern so you're not overthinking. And I found myself wandering, going in nature and looking at things and looking how beautiful nature is. I transfer my energy to something else because I cannot work out logically what's going on with that problem or situation. And because I'm distracted, it's preventing me from listening to my inner intuition. So when you go out of that problem and you surround yourself with a new energy, fresh energy, It takes your focus. So in that way, it enables you to have space to think. But rather than consciously thinking, you're subconsciously thinking, which will bring it into the consciously thinking. It's quite difficult, this actually. It really is. It's like, whoa, this is like, oh, I'm losing my train of thought. So when you're outside and you're in nature, you're so embodying that beauty, the nature. Maybe it's an animal out there, a furry family being, or it could be a flower or a plant. It takes your concentration away. You focus on that, so everything else has gone. So when you come back from that walk, all that overthinking, you're not into overthinking. You're in a very relaxed state. So you're able to then connect with your inner intuition. You're able then to get the guidance. So what the world wants us to be is how the world has been throughout all these centuries, all these years. Survival of the fittest, competition, one-upmanship, separation. Now, what our inner world wants is unified unity, compassion, unconditional love, compassionate soul, creative, abundance, joy. Having a personal inner relationship with your inner masculine, inner feminine, and inner child. Remember, we have the Holy Trinity, which is the Holy Family that's within us. God the Father, God the Mother, and God the Child. This is our guidance. What the world chooses us to be was relevant for the time, for those times, for the illusion, for the matrix. But as one timeline is collapsing, another timeline is present and growing and evolving. And that is the intuition. It is what you choose to be. You choose to feel, you choose to be or not to be. That is the question. Shakespeare. In fact, if you start to read Shakespeare and you're awakened, you will find that in between, you'll find what the real meaning is of the human collective consciousness, of a duality characteristic of being a human. Good, bad, love, fear. That has served its purpose. So what the world wants you to be is your mother, your father maybe, your brothers and sisters, your friends. They have envisioned the perfect person that the perfect person they've envisioned, that is you. That is their vision. But did they actually listen to what you wanted? Did they actually observe what you're doing? No. They're judging from their inner critic and saying, this is what's best for you. Because, this is good. Because that's it. The reason why they're saying this is because they are imagining themselves in your shoes and they are reacting from that point on an emotional, physical, and mental level of how they would be. So when they're bringing in to vision, feeling of what they envision and empower you to be, it's because they have put themselves in your shoes. So therefore, they are reacting how they would react instead of actually more studying you, listening to you, feeling your emotions, feeling you. And that's why they say, oh, I know what's best for you. I know what's, because I know what's best for you. What the world wants you to be. What the world wants you to be is shouting and screaming in the outside reality, the outside world, saying, I know what you want to be. I know what you've always dreamed to become. I know what you are feeling. I have the right medicine at the right time for you. What the world wants you to be. So really, you got to question yourself. How does the world know who I am when I don't actually know who I am? So how can they know who I am? There are sages and gurus, people that have gone ahead that do have the tools and the knowledge. But at the end of the day, the guru is in your heart. So yes, by all means, if it resonates with you, take on that knowledge, empower yourself with that knowledge, but know that that is not just that knowledge. That knowledge is just the beginning for you then to evolve, expand, and become a higher version of yourself, which that knowledge triggered you to become, to go on that adventure, to go on that journey. So that is the only, how can I say? That is the only sense, the essence. That's the only essence to life when you are working with the outside life. But you're not really, are you? Because these people that give you the knowledge of living an awakened, following your heart, is because they're following their heart. So the only way that's going to make sense, what the world wants you to be, is when that person who is talking to you is actually resonating from their heart, from their God divinity, from their holiness, from their sacred heart, from their inner beingness, their intuition. Those that give advice from a logic, ego, overthinking from the mind, which is not connected to their heart, that will not resonate with you. But what we tend to do is we go with it because that person is successful. That person has a big house, maybe more than houses, has all these cars. You see, we're moving from that era of where everything was judged by our materialism, our wealth, accumulated wealth, total respect in every way, admiring the winners, feeling sorry for the losers. In this timeline of the golden age, it's measured by the heart. So it's how much you do and heal and discover about yourself, your intuition, your inner guidance. We don't have to do this all ourselves. We can do this by connecting to our angels, our guardians, ascended masters. They're always there around. They're always around, but they will not intervene, because we humans have free will. We also bring our manifestations into physicality. We experience our manifestations in the physical rather than metaphysical. However, it's birthed in the metaphysical to come into the physical. So be who you choose to be. When you have that inner nudgings, the promptings, and everyone else is totally doesn't get it, and they think, have you lost the plot? I mean, seriously, you're not making sense. You're not meant to make sense. We're not meant to make sense. We're meant to flow. We're meant to enjoy. We're meant to experience. We're meant to co-create. We're meant to discover and find our star soul family, our soul brothers, our soul sisters, our soul tribe. Now, the soul tribe is when you do what the world wants you to be, when you attract your soul tribe. Yes, that is the outside world coming in and resonating with your inside world. But that's not the outside world, is it? Because they're coming from a place of their heart space. They're coming from a place of wakefulness, awakened. Therefore, it's coming from the power of the inner rather than the power of the outer. So it's important now. Live from the inside out rather than the outside in. Let me explain. Now is the time, and it's the timeline to live from, you live in the world, but you're not part of the world. You live in the world, but you're not part of the world. You stand strong in the world, but you're not part of the world, because the unseen world is extremely powerful, but powerful for you, your personal journey, which you will attract the people that you resonate. So we're all going into communities. We're all attracting our soul star tribe. So what the world wants you to be, yeah, if the world is resonating from a heart consciousness. If not in heart consciousness and in logic and ego, without the heart, then that's when you start thinking, for some reason, it's nice that you're giving me this advice, but I don't know, it just seems, something seems to go, something doesn't, it doesn't match well. It doesn't feel harmony. It feels a bit mismatched. Now more than ever, you have to be your true self. We are, February the 22nd was what you call the 222 portal. That is with us until at least 4 days after. That means this portal, if you think of Doctor Strange in the films, and this ring of light opens, and then suddenly you peer through that light, and it's like another dimension, another world. That's exactly what's happening to us now. We are all getting prepared to go through. We're already in it. That means everything comes up that no longer serves us. That includes our mental habits. That includes things we've suppressed. That includes illnesses. Our illnesses are, wow, they're on a magnitude. But that's because they want you to, they they, as in galactics, the angels, God, want you to love your disease free. Love your disease free. Love your illness free. Talk to your illness. Say, I understand that you've been with me, and I love you for this and the lessons you've given me for my body, but now I no longer need that lesson, and I set you free with love so that you go back to the Creator and continue your journey, because I know that I have kept you too much inside me because it's been my comfort zone, but now I'm ready to set you free. You see, the thing is, going through this portal, we've got too much baggage. We've got too much baggage. In fact, we are so laden with that baggage, we can't go through there with baggage. And that's why we're in this clearance, purging, clearance, big time, on a collective level, on a personal level. And remember, the solar flash that everyone's talking about, the solar flash, you'll only feel it because the solar flash happens within yourself. It's not something you're physically going to see. It's what you're going to feel. Because we are going from a human conditioned mind to a heart conscious collective creator beings that manifest from the heart with the direct high intelligence, with the application of the love, the heart expanded out to manifest in pure physicality, and it's constructive. So we are here to build our planet. We're not going to get someone to come and save us and build it for us. We did the damage to her. We have to awaken, aware what we've done to Mother Earth. And so now it's time for us to be the caretakers, to look after our lovely Mother Earth. So be who you choose to be. Be authentic. Find yourself. Take 2 minutes. Listen to that music. Messages come in the form of synchronicities, numbers. If you're seeing 111, 222, 555, 888, 777. They all have significant messages in the synchronicity of angel numbers. The angels are humorous. They talk to you through a song. That's for your inner guidance. So the golden age, we're going into the heart consciousness. So everything we manifest is from a place of heart with the direct high intelligence, our wisdom too. Just want to say thank you so much. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan. I am the authoress of Star Child, which is a spiritual fantasy teenage book about overcoming fear with love, all aspects of distortions of fear. Nobody dies in this book. No one. They just get transformed to another planet to continue their lessons. It's also available as an Audible. I also teach, as in I help to bring people's voices out. So colors of the voice. And I work with the inner voice to bring out your confidence in your voice, to find out and connect you to your heart voice as well, the Soul Heart Awakener. I've gone from being a $2 daughter to a cosmic goddess. That means that I've been there. I woke in 2012, but I'll tell you more about that for next week. All I'm going to say right now is do yourself a favor and make sure you do little changes. Do something small every day to contribute to you discovering your intuition. We are in the world of intuition. Golden age will be ruled by intuition with a heart consciousness. Thank you so much. I'm really happy to share this with you, and I will see you next week. And I will just say, keep your heart shining, keep singing. And now we're going to leave you with our sponsors. And I'll see you next week. Bye.
What if one simple skill could change the way you connect with the world? What if listening could open doors to deeper relationships, stronger businesses, and a better you? Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the Listening Mentor, brings you USA Global TV and Radio, a space where voices are heard, ideas are shared, and global communities thrive. Through the elevated listeners' courses and books, you'll master the power of listening, set boundaries with confidence, and transform conversations into opportunities. Join us. Listen, learn, elevate. Whether you're a leader, a coach, a business owner, or someone seeking stronger connections, your journey starts today. Subscribe, learn, and transform today.
USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Steve Klein Art at steveklein.art.
My name is Steve Klein, born Manchester, England, 1953. My quest in my lifetime is to create artwork from my soul and the deepness within my wildest dreams and fantasies. In 2012, my heart stopped when I was given too much anesthetic for a minor knee operation, and this near-death experience took me to another multidimensional world, an out-of-body experience, and I was given the gift of being blessed by an overwhelming, burning passion to become, for the very first time in my life, an artist with an eternal, passionate desire to bring my art, which I've named multidimensional, subliminal, freeform art, to the world, as only 3% recover from what I experienced, and now in my golden years want to release my cosmic, vital energy through my art to allow people to be a part of my cosmic dance.
To learn more, email roccogoodwine@gmail.com. For VIP pricing, mention USA Global TV and Radio.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dies. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. creative direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.